So in this video we're going to look at props and bolsters and how you can use them to help position your client.
So what are they good for? They'll help to take tension out of a really tight muscle to make it more comfortable for your client, making it easier for you to treat, but it also helps to put your client in a better position to treat sometimes as well.
So various different options, and the first one is a proper ready-made bolster. And these are best used in clinic because they're quite bulky, quite difficult to carry around. However, they are a really effective way of relieving the tension on the muscle and making your treatment easier. They're really easy to clean, but they are quite expensive and often quite cold, so you can wrap them in a towel to help with that.
Next up we have towels. These are really versatile. You just roll them up, you can put them wherever you like, so it depends what size towel you use, depends what size bolster you get out of it. Great in side lie because you can flatten them out a bit and it stops the client's knees sliding off. Obviously easy to wash, you do need to have a lot of them, but they are really flexible.
Next option that's really useful are pillows. Now these are really easy to clean, you simply whip your cover off and pop them in the wash. However, they're not the most effective because they don't tend to be so easily manipulated, but really good under the hips or under someone's head in order to provide comfort. So comfort is the main thing for a bolster as a pillow.
A couple of emergency options for you. Obviously those three are your best use, but if you're really desperate you can actually use your couch roll. Not so comfortable because it is quite hard and obviously you'll waste some couch roll doing that. Or the other option is foam rollers. They're a little bit thick but not too bad, and they've got a little bit of give in them so they're not too uncomfortable and easy to wipe off.
So let's have a look at how we can use all these different types in manipulating the position of your client.
Okay, so now we've looked at the variety of bolsters, let's have a look at how to use them. So the most obvious one we've got here is the pillow under the head. Now not many people can actually lay flat, they get what they call gooseneck like this, and it makes it difficult for them to put their head back on the couch, and they tend to tilt back like that rather than put their head back, so pillows are really useful for that. If you haven't got pillows you can use towels. So that's the head sorted. Next up is the knees. When somebody's laid very flat like this, it puts a lot of pressure on their lower back, so in here. But if you put something under their knees, it takes the tension out of the hamstrings and just eases off the lower back a little bit to make it more comfortable for your client. So your options would be a rolled up towel. Thank you. And down. So that's a nice easy one. You can just see there's a little bit of space there and it's just giving it a little bit of lift and taking a little bit of pressure off the lower back. Obviously if you've got your very professional bolster, that simply goes under the knees instead. I haven't got so much height with this or so much versatility. Obviously it's a lot easier to keep clean, and as we've already said it's expensive, but with this I can alter the height of it so I can make it thicker or thinner. So that's bolsters under the knees. Obviously you could use the pillow if you wanted to. Mine's nice and thin so you'd fold it in half, but others you'll get quite fluffy. But what you do find is it takes up a large area, so it's not just under the knees, it's kind of under the lower legs. So if you're massaging it does tend to get in the way a little bit. Okay, so if we look at side lie next, so again you always want a pillow at the head. Can I pop this out? The best thing to use for a bolster in side lie would actually be a towel. So Charlotte, if you could go into side lie for me. So with your client with their knee dropped forward, lots of people can do this quite easily, but I had a client recently that had so much tension through the hip and IT band, her knee wouldn't actually touch the couch. So if you just get them to lift up and pop a towel underneath, you take the tension off through this area and it's much easier to work because there's slightly more give in the muscles, making it more comfortable for your client. You could use a bolster, but bolsters tend to be a little bit slippy, so you tend to find their knee keeps slipping off the edge. So towel is definitely your best option. Okay. Lastly, we'll show you what you can do in prone or face down. So we've got to take the pillow away this time because your client needs to breathe. So when massaging they should always be nice and straight. So the first option for bolstering is under the ankles. If you just lift your feet up and down. Again, this just takes the tension out of the back of the legs and takes the tension off the lower back. So if they've got a tight lower back, they're a lot more comfortable. Again, you can use your bolster. Sorry Charlotte, I get you to lift up again. Fabulous, and back down. But again, you've got that lack of versatility that you have with a towel. So towels are always much better, really. The other place you can put towels or bolsters is under the midway. So if you've got somebody with a particularly bad back problem and you're worried that their lower back might seize up, I tend to put a pillow under their hips. So if you just lift up for me, Charlotte. Lovely. And this just helps to take the tension off the lower back and helps to keep everything nice and loose in this area so they don't feel uncomfortable when you're massaging. So that's all the positions and ways to use your towels and bolsters. Obviously you've got your emergency ones, but you can work that out for yourself. But that'll cover everything you need to know.